Open three is good.
Shot towards the goal. Oh, quick third.
Nice.
Huff shooting and scored.
Welcome to Sports Jam. I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. Today on the show, section titles are on the line in track and golf, and we'll meet a three-sport team leader from Wayzata in our Sports Jam Spotlight.
Let's start with section softball. In 5-4A, Maple Grove and Spring Lake Park played May 23rd with the Crimson winning 13-4. Last week, the teams played again. The Panthers beat the Crimson 8-4. Forcing a winner-take-all game for the section title. Spring Lake Park pitcher Hallie Jones trying to get the Panthers back to state for a second year in a row. But the Crimson start early and score early in this first inning. Ava Dewick doubling to the fence in center field. Jade Tomaszek scores 1-0 Grove in the top of the first. Next up, Erin Roll. First pitch she sends to the outfield. Marie Palinch and Sophie Zwak score, and it's 3-0 Crimson. Later in the inning, Sophie Colhane at the plate, and she drives a ball to right center for extra bases. Taylor Wente scores on Colhane's double, and it's 4-0 Maple Grove after half an inning. Leading 4-1 in the third, Lauren Anderson up, and she singles up the middle for Maple Grove. Eleanor Schutte races around to score to make it 5-1. The Crimson seem to be in control. But in the bottom of the seventh inning, the Panthers are within a run at 5-4. They have the bases loaded. Kylie Cruz at the plate, but she grounds out to Schutte at first base to end the ball game. Maple Grove is section champion and will play top-seeded Chanhassen in the state tournament quarterfinals. We'll hear from the Crimson later in the show.
In section 6-4A, top seed Hopkins aim to repeat as section champion as they faced a Lake Conference rival in the final round. The Royals hosting Edina for the championship. And Hopkins strikes early. Mackenzie Merritt delivers a single up the middle in the bottom of the first to score Hannah Kleist and Natalie Den Hartog for a quick 2-0 lead. In the fourth, the Royals add to the lead as Kleist drives a one-hopper off the fence in left center. Zoe Jeske scores to stretch the lead to 3-0. Later in the same inning, Den Hartog smashes it just past the shortstop to score Kleist, and Hopkins has a commanding 4-0 lead. As a pitcher, Merritt keeps Edina off balance, getting the strikeout to protect the lead here. After Edina gets one run in the top of the sixth, the Royals quickly respond. Jeske's bouncer is a tough one to handle, and it gets away. Kleist scores to make it 5-1 Royals. And in the top of the seventh, Merritt closes it out in style with a strikeout as Hopkins is headed back to state with a 5-1 win.
They did beat us one time, so that was kind of in the back of my head, but I knew like if we all stayed focused and we did our job like we did today, we'd come out with the win.
Hopkins is unseeded for the state tournament and meets second seed and 23-1 Anoka in the state quarterfinals Thursday morning at 9 at Caswell Park in North Mankato.
The Totino Grace softball team has made 12 previous appearances in the state tournament. The Eagles were looking for their first trip since 2011 when they faced Mahtomedi in the Section 4-3A final. Scoreless in the third when Grace's Maddie Dorn hits a shallow fly just beyond the infield. Callista McCauley races in to make a great catch. She fires home to get Lexi Radicic for the double play. But in the fourth, the Eagles do get on the board. Maddie Braun rips a shot past their shortstop to score Aaron Pepping, and it's a 1-0 Totino Grace lead. Top of the sixth, Mahtomedi takes the lead. Lauren Lavino lines a base hit to right. Molly Tierney and Cheyenne Simpson score. The Zephyrs surge into the lead, looking to force a second game. Totino Grace responds in the bottom of the sixth. Ella Ebensteiner drills a long shot to the fence in center field. Pepping and Lauren Sheneman both score on the play, and the Eagles surge back into the lead 3-2. And they hold the Zephyrs scoreless in the seventh to secure the section championship with a 3-2 win.
It feels so good. This team deserves the world. We just work together, and it just means the world that I get to go with my best friends.
The Eagles are the number 2 seed in the Class 3A tournament. They will play Big Lake in the tournament quarterfinals Thursday morning at 11 in North Mankato.
Spots in the state girls and boys golf tournaments were on the line at day 2 of the Section 5 3A tournaments. Jen Galloway of Maple Grove tees off at the links at North Fork. She's headed to state after placing third with a 2-day total of 168. Peyton Levis is the top scorer for Rogers with a 169, and she leads the Royals to the team title. Megan Municky of Champlain Park, a near miss here as she goes for par on hole number 11. Municky ties for the final spot at state as an individual. Rogers wins by 16 strokes to advance to state. Galloway and Municky are the two local girls to move on as individuals. On to the boys, and first day co-leader Michael Sorrow of Champlain Park tees off at Bunker Hills. Sorrow knocks down a par putt on West number 4. He's headed to state after tying for second with a 148 total. Maple Grove's Dylan Hansen is just left on a birdie try on West number 3, but he is moving on to state with a 153. St. Michael Albertville wins the boys title with Mounds View, Blaine, and Maple Grove, the others that made it to day 2. Sorrow and Hansen are the local boys headed to state.
And Jay, the lacrosse playoffs continue Monday evening, semifinals going on Wednesday, the championship games.
Yeah, a lot of local teams still alive entering the week, aiming for those section championships, so best of luck. Straight ahead, track and field athletes compete for spots in the state meet. Welcome back to Sports Jam, and time to talk track and field.
Section 5 AA features several local teams. Hamlin University the site for the two-day event. Highlights from the track finals on day 2. Boys 4x200 meter relay. Osseo anchor Ron Gray trying to pull out the win, but St. Michael Albertville holds on to win the race in 1 minute 29.86 seconds. Park Center takes third behind Osseo. Girls 1600 meters winner Annalise Davis is already in of St. Michael. Nora Trost of Maple Grove trying to get second, but it's Morgan Dahl of Mounds View edging her out and earning a spot at state. Boys 1600, Maple Grove senior Alex Smiley leads from start to finish, pulls away for a larger win in the end. He takes the race in 4 minutes 18 seconds. Smiley won the 3200 2 days earlier. In the girls open 400, it's Park Center's Fachayo Io Bobadelli running strong, coming away with a win in 57.25 seconds. She heads to state for a 4th straight year. Boys 400, Jacob Nallist of Centennial is the winner with a time of 49.41 seconds, just beating out Kayla Zott of Champlain Park. Both guys make state. Austin Peters of Park Center comes in third. To the field events, Allison Garrett's of Champlain Park and the girls triple jump. Her best jump, 36 feet, 2 1/4 inches. Garrett's also placed second in the long jump. She'll go to state in both events. In the boys' long jump, this is Champlain Park's Ernest Warlow. His top lead, 22 feet, 8 3/4 inches, good for second place, and he qualifies for state. Back to the track, boys 800. Corey Moody of Osseo holds on late. He's the winner in 1 minute, 56.63 seconds. Here's what a trio of local winners had to say after their races.
I definitely have not taken this year for granted, but can't rest on my laurels. I got to keep working hard and during practice and just use my encouragement from my support system, and I want to end on a high note.
This is my senior high school season. I really want to end it with the big bang. I didn't want to go the first 3 years, then not go again my senior year, so this really means a lot to me and my school as well.
It means a lot to me. I've been working hard all season, so hard work just pays off, so just happy with the win.
Mounds View is the Section 5 AA boys team champion. Blaine finished second with Centennial third and Maple Grove fourth. Osseo the next highest finisher among local schools, coming in a tie for 7th place, just ahead of Champlain Park and Park Center. St. Michael Albertville the team winner on the girls' side with Mounds View second. Champlain Park is third. Maple Grove came in 8th place with Osseo in 9th.
Picture-perfect weather greeted athletes for the second day of the Section 6 AA track and field finals, also at Hamlin University. Girls 100-meter hurdles. On the right in red is Armstrong's Michaela Baker, and she wins in a time of 14:80. In the girls 4x200 relay, Mallory Marshall anchoring the win for Wayzata. The Trojans' winning time is 1:43.26. It's a great finish in the boys 1600 meters. Hopkins' Seth Eliason holding off Khalid Hussein of Wayzata. Both runners are headed to state. In the girls' shot put, Armstrong's Alexandria Hurst is the defending state champion, and she wins the section with a best of 44.5 and also wins the discus. Boys discus, Benilde St. Margaret's Eric Wilson is the champion with a best of 148.3, and he also wins the shot put. Back to the track, Wayzata's Sophie Triplett getting out a close win in the 200 meters here for the Trojans. Her winning time is 25:45. In the girls' triple jump, Baker of Armstrong has a good day as she wins with a best of 38.5 and also wins the long jump. Edina wins the boys team title with Wayzata coming in second. Then it's Hopkins and Minnetonka. Armstrong places seventh. On the girls' side, Minnetonka takes the title with Wayzata as the runner-up. Edina is third, followed by Eden Prairie and Armstrong. Hopkins ties for eighth. The state meet is this Friday and Saturday at Hamlin.
Now to baseball, where Champlin Park is hoping to make a return visit to the state tournament. The Rebels meeting Centennial in the Section 5-4A winners bracket final at CHS Field. Pitchers duel most of the way. Centennial's Kyle Nordby gets the strikeout, ending the third inning. Champlin Park's Max Loveland just as good. He gets the K to retire the Cougars in the fifth. In the bottom of the seventh, the Rebels with a winning run on third in the form of Owen Trelstad. He comes home with a wild pitch, but Cougars catcher Wyatt Schupperster gets the tag out, and that forces extra innings. In the eighth inning, Rebels with a winning run in scoring position again, and this time they make it happen. Zach Loven strokes the hit to bring around Anthony Pacula. Champlin Park wins 1-0, and they move into the championship game. Also in the tournament, Moundsview defeated Ticino Grace 3-1, eliminating the Eagles. Moundsview and Centennial are playing to determine which team face Champlin Park Wednesday night at 6 at CHS Field for the Section 5-4A championship.
Defending state champ Wayzata is the top seed for the Section 6 4A baseball tournament. They faced Hopkins in the winner's bracket of the section tourney. Wayzata's Sam Westermeyer starts the scoring. He crushes this one for a two-run homer to left in the bottom of the second inning. That makes it 2-0 Trojans. Hopkins gets on the board as Morgan Holmes rips a hard one-hopper off third baseman Westermeyer's glove. Luke Poliak scores. The Royals are within 2-1 in the top of the third. But Wayzata stretches the lead again as Will Obert drives it deep over the fence in right center for a two-run homer. That makes it 4-1 Wayzata through three, and the Trojans go on to win this one 8-1. Hopkins worked its way back through the elimination bracket to get another shot at Wayzata. The section final is Tuesday at Siebert Field. With Wayzata needing one win to advance to state, Hopkins needs 2 victories. Maple Grove won Section 8 4A baseball last season, and they're in a good position now to repeat. Hardly a cloud in the sky as they hosted Elk River in round 1. The Elks do strike first. Wyatt Morrell rips the ball deep to center field, and this one will roll all the way to the fence. Colda Leiden scores from first on the play. The Elks add another run to lead 2-0 after half an inning. In the third, the Crimson take the lead. Luke Hansen delivers a single to right center. Josh Tyler and Jensen Erickson score on the hit. Maple Grove goes ahead 3-2. It's 4-4 until the bottom of the eighth. The base is loaded, and Hayden Thompson lifts a high fly ball to left. The catch is made, but it's plenty deep enough to allow Bubba Horton to tag up and score the winning run as Maple Grove wins 5-4. After a win over Buffalo, the Crimson beat Brainerd 5-1 Saturday. Charlie Hutchinson went the distance for the win. Maple Grove will play either Brainerd or St. Michael Albertville for the section title Wednesday night in Cold Spring.
Robbinsdale Hopkins won 6 straight state championships in softball from 2009 to 2014. The Robbins PI Division team was in the title game this year again for the first time in 3 years, facing Anoka Hennepin. Top of the first inning, Robbins' Andy Hansen hits a ball, deflects into right field for a base hit. Corey Tesh scores as the Robbins score 2 first-inning runs. The Mustangs get one back in the bottom of the first. Joey Mannion hits a ball off the base of the curtain in center field. Tyler Azell races around to score, and it's 2-1 after an inning. Mustangs loaded the bases in the third, but Robbins pitcher Sam Rolls gets a strikeout to end the inning and preserving a 3-1 Robbinsdale lead. And the Robins would hold the lead throughout. Brendan Bosker Elliott comes through with a base hit up the middle. Andy Hansen scores from second base, and the Robins lead at 10-7. They get a scoreless bottom of the 7th inning, and they win the state championship, the Robins' first in 3 years in softball. Congratulations to the Robins for a great effort.
Yeah, a good win for them. Maybe not so expected as some of their other championships, so a good job by them. Next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet a 3-sport team leader for Wayzata Athletics. The Wayzata boys lacrosse team hopes to return to the state tournament this week. For one of their key defenders, it would be a 3rd state tournament this school year. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we profile the Trojans' Collin Kubinski. He's a throwback and maybe part of a dying breed, a three-sport athlete, especially at the state's largest high school and in three-team sports. Wayzata senior Collin Kubinski, a soccer, hockey, and lacrosse player, wouldn't have it any other way.
You know, I feel like it definitely would have helped to focus on one sport, maybe like for college, but you know, I've always wanted to be busy, always never wanted to sit still, so playing three sports growing up was something I love to do, something I'm very proud of. Definitely one of my greater achievements in life so far.
Yeah, at Wayzata, it's pretty tough with so many athletes here. It's really tough if you're not focusing on one sport all year round to be competitive, and kind of a, you know, saying how great of an athlete he is and how great of a leader, and you know, he's respected well in every sport. So yeah, it's saying a lot that he's really a valuable part of our program for sure.
Not only is Kubinski a key contributor in all three sports, he's played in a state tournament in all of them. The Trojans won the Class AA title in hockey his junior season and made it back to state this school year as an underdog with a losing record. He backstopped the Trojans boys soccer team to a runner-up finish as a goalkeeper this past fall and helped the lacrosse team to state a year ago.
It's an experience like no other. You know, hockey is definitely a bigger deal here, but being able to play, you know, help my team get to soccer and get to lacrosse is just an awesome experience, and hopefully we'll be able to do that again this year for lacrosse.
Collin doesn't play the glamour positions. As a defenseman in hockey and lacrosse and goalie in soccer, he's looking to prevent goals instead of scoring them.
I like to tell people I'm not very goal-orientated. I like to play defense because that's what I've been growing up and raised to do. So usually just play defense because it's what I'm better at, but I would love to be a goal scorer. I'm just not. I've faced that.
Just shows a lot about his character. You know, not always having to be the point man on everything, but the guy that kind of is the rock that has, you know, playing goalie in soccer and, you know, playing, you know, good defense for us in hockey, and I know he plays defense in lax too. It's just shows his character of just what type of kid he is, of the team guy first, and you know, has a lot of skill, and he's a phenomenal athlete too.
He's obviously been a part of strong teams, but Kubinski also appreciates that he and his teammates face the best competition in Minnesota in the Lake Conference, and knows that records may suffer, but it helps in the long run.
I really appreciate like how our Wayzata creates their seasons. We play tough schedules in all three of the sports that I've played, so our records don't really reflect how good we truly are, and I think we've really proved that the last couple of years I've been here. We've been under 500 some years and made it to state, and just proving to teams that having a bad record doesn't mean anything. It's just awesome experience.
His playing ability speaks for itself, but Wayzata's coaches can't say enough about Collin's leadership.
Great team player for us. He understood his role as a goalkeeper, did a great job this year organizing our defenders in front of him. Worked with some new defenders. We definitely had some new guys in the back this year, and he had a great balance of just giving them the direction that they needed and then controlling his own box. So great organizer of the backs, super athlete, just all-around great team player.
After graduating Friday, Collin's getting set to head one state south for college.
I'm going to Iowa State to study mechanical engineering. I don't really plan on playing any like club sports as of now, but that may change.
Yes, that's right. Three-sport athlete Collin Kubinski might go cold turkey. His coaches all say he has the potential to be a college player, but school and his future come first. A tough decision for sure.
Being on hockey, like a big thing for kids to do is go play juniors, and I've just had some talks with my parents about it. They said it was my decision, and I really just didn't see a reason to do that, because like I don't see myself really playing D1 or playing professional. So I think just personally I wanted to focus more on school, and Iowa State's a good engineering school, which is what I know I want to do. So I'm very happy with my decision. It'll be a little rough with all my downtime, but I think it'll be fun.
Kubinski and the Trojans face St. Michael Albertville in the Section 8 lacrosse semifinals Monday. A win would put them into Wednesday's final. John talks softball with the Maple Grove Crimson when Sports Jam returns.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. As you saw earlier in the program, the Maple Grove Crimson are on to the state tournament. They'll play in the Class 4A tourney later this week in North Mankato. And let's start with two of their players. Eleanor Schutte, senior, who made the last put out in Game 2 against Spring Lake Park. Boy, it got exciting and nerve-wracking, I'm sure, in that seventh, didn't it?
Yeah, we actually practiced that play in practice yesterday, and I was like, I'm going to get this play, and I'm going to celebrate, and there you go, it happened.
Tell me about Game 2. You lost that first game 8-4. You scored 4 runs in the bottom of the seventh. Did that give you some carryover? Because then you came out and started strong in the top of the first in Game 2.
Yeah, I think it definitely gave us momentum to carry over into the next game, and we were fired up and ready to just score some runs at the beginning of that game and win it.
You've been on both sides of this now, being to the state tournament, missing out last year. What's the feeling like?
It's amazing. You've worked your whole entire life for this moment, and it's really rewarding.
On to state now, what do you expect down in Mankato?
Definitely really good competition, and I think we're really ready for it. Spring Lake Park was a good kind of just end game for us to bring us into the state tournament, and I think we're going to perform really well.
Good luck at state.
Thank you.
All right, we'll bring in Sydney Cashman now, and a senior. What for you? It's your last year of high school softball. What is this feeling like?
Oh, it's amazing. This is what we worked for last year, especially losing to Spring Lake Park. This is what we've been working for all year, fall, winter, spring, and it just feels so nice to get what we wanted.
Going into the final game here against Spring Lake Park, what did you guys talk about in between games?
I think we mostly focused on just kind of getting the jitters out. The first game we made some mistakes that we usually don't make, and I think just taking a breath and replenishing, we just mentally get back prepared for the game.
How tough was this Spring Lake Park team to eliminate, though?
They're tough, and I know we were all nervous for it, but we had confidence in ourselves, and I think that really carried us over.
On to the state tournament, different stage, different teams. What does it take to win down there?
It's going to take a lot of mental toughness. I think there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and I know that through the season, we've had those ups and downs, and I think we're ready to see what we can make out of it. Yeah.
Coach Koltes, you're no stranger to the state tournament, but I know every trip is exciting, isn't it, for you as a coach?
Oh, without a question. And this one is actually really special. This group right here, and we were just talking as we were walking over here, they heard a lot, after Sidney Smith graduated, this group might not have enough to get there. They might not be that group to do there. And not only they were in the section final last year, and now this year they're in the state tournament winning the section final. So this group has persevered tremendously. They've worked tremendously hard, and this is a goal that they wanted from day one 2 years ago, and now we've gotten it.
What was your message to the team in between games and as the game was going on here in the final against Spring Lake Park?
It was actually more my assistant coach, Pam Hennon. She kind of stepped in there and she just told the kids, hey, look, we just got kicked in the face. They just beat us up. What do you want to do? Do you want to step up? Do you want to grind it out? What do you want to do? And you saw what the result is here. We ended up taking this one 5-4 and putting 5 runs up on Hallie Jones before it ended.
It's a nice blend on this team, isn't it? You got some good seniors like these two here, but some really good young players too, don't you?
Yeah, we've been really fortunate that we always have 3 or 4 seniors, 5 or 6 seniors, a couple juniors, a few sophomores sprinkled in. So the tradition just kind of keeps building and building. And this young group is learning a lot from these captains right here, Eleanor and Sydney and even Aaron Roll. And hopefully they carry it on. As we always talk about, tradition never graduates, and that's what we really hope to keep progressing here.
Congrats on this and good luck on the state tournament.
Thank you so much.
Maple Grove Crimson advancing on to the state 4A tournament in North Mankato. And before our plays of the week, here's a look at the bracket for Class 4A softball.
Pitch from Nelson, back up the middle. Out at home, throw to first, and it's a double play.
Pitch hit down to Schutte at first. He'll step on the bag, and Maple Grove wins.
And that'll do it for this week's show. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time on Sports Jam.